There is such a creature in the world. They were discovered by a few people, but it doesn't officially exist. We refer to this group of creatures as unidentified, mysterious animal, to confirm the organism referred to as UMA. Hello, and welcome to the video series. This issue shares with you large location organisms in Kenya, freeze frame. Famous from Linhai Lane. It is a mysterious animal. They're between 14 and 15 feet long. Head as big as a lion. Good and evil have a pair of long white fangs. The back is as wide as a hippopotamus and have scales like a ballfish. And the color of the scales is like the stripes on a leopard. The tail is like this, but unusually lenient. Due to being witnessed, the creature lives half its body underwater, so there is no description of its limbs. Only know around the sighting site. Found as big as a hippopotamus, but the footprints in the shape of claws. The above description of the creature. Big game hunters from Africa. Edgar Ika Bronson, 1910. Written memoir, Closed Territory. However, in fact, Bronson had never actually seen the creature. The book introduces another big game hunter. John, too. Jordan and his hunting team went to Kenya in 1907. Lake Victoria, in the southwest, nearby. Hunting plan. Saw this creature. At that time, Joe, Dan's Lumbwa followers, found him by the river. The creature saw someone approaching, startled, and jumped into the river. People describe it as a kind of sea snake, a combination between leopards and whales. Half an hour later, the creature was again exposed to the water. This time Jordan saw his true face, exactly as those Lumbwa say. It was a huge beast he had never seen before. Head as big as a lioness, two white fangs like walrus. The tail swings slowly. It keeps it balanced in rapids. Jordan describes, his fangs are strong enough to pierce an adult, for fear that the creature will see. He decided to strike first. He fired one shot at each other with a .303 rifle. Immediately after, I saw the creature jump out of the water. Under the alarm, Jordan and the others quickly fled deep into the bushes. But the beast didn't seem to catch up. Since then, he never saw the creature again. Bronson also I interviewed Jordan's other hunters. The eyewitness accounts are almost identical. In 1909, he met Jordan on a safari. Only then did I learn the story of this creature, and as a party, Jordan, later, in 1917, it published its energy in Global magazine. According to him, local Dorobos and Lumbwa make this creature dingo. Also in the book, Bronson mentions he traveled to Uganda, meet animal collector James Martin. The latter informed him the locals worship a similar crawling of water snake roe animals. They believe in the emergence of this creature. It heralds a bumper crop and mass production of cattle and sheep in the coming year. Let's talk about James Martin. James Martin, formerly known as Antonio Martini, Maltese, one of the first white people to reach Lake Victoria. As a pioneering explorer, he has enough experience, being able to extract truth from people's exaggerated narratives. His words are still very credible. And according to Bronson, James Martin has seen the creature with his own eyes. There is also an eyewitness description. British colonial administrator from Kenya, Charles Willenho. 1913. He is a member of the Uganda Natural History Society in East Africa. The magazine once published an article which mentions a sighting report he received. Someone at high tide in the Mara River saw a beast riding down the river on a big log. The creature is about 16 feet long, But because its tail is submerged in water, therefore, its exact length cannot be determined. It describes a look. Creatures of the giant water tower. The whole body is covered with scales. It has leopard spots. The only difference is no white fangs as described by Jordan. The man shot the creature until it slipped off the log and disappeared into the water. So that's the story of this creature. All sightings of... According to the first eyewitness, Jordan, the thing about killing Dink, it was considered taboo among the local tribes. So this creature, most likely still living in a corner of the river. So, does this mysterious monster really exist? First, the huge fangs and the speckled pattern make people think of it for the first time. This could be a feline-toothed creature. French mystic, zoologist Bernard Juvemans agrees. He believes that the so-called dink, it's actually a water-wet organism. Navy refers to the saber teeth adapted to amphibious tiger yak, surviving species, including leopards, derived animals such as Shuixi coal-hole mammals. The only thing that's elusive is this account of Dinganek's possession of forest armor. Hugh Wellmans thinks this could be mammal fur, condensed into a ball after being wet by someone. The illusion caused by this speculation is recorded in his writings, The Still Unknown African Cats. Witness Jordan did not deny the possibility. In fact, at Lake Victoria, legends of this creature have been passed down. In the tributaries of the Maasai and watershed, the local Maasai people call it mana or omana. It is usually described as being about 15 feet long. Head like a dog. Small ears, or a bit like the venomous tongue of the ancient father. Short legs. Short neck. Lying on the beach by the river. When disturbed, they flee through water. In the water, you can only see his head. Based on this statement, derivative zoologist James Powell, he went to Kenya for an inspection in 1978. But the locals describe more like a rare reptile. Giant pan. Plus, the name Oma. It means lizard in Maasai. So this statement needs to be checked. And in another tributary of the Tana River Luyu, some people call this creature Endomatia. It is often described as an integrated crocodile, the characteristics of snakes and dragons, a reptile with a furry tail. In almost all religions, and ceremonies play an important role. There are still some people get used to linked to another unknown creature. Lake Victoria, Lake Monster Lukvata. Charles William Hobley once described. In Kavalando and the Bantu tribes in the east, the Vasos have been around since ancient times. Will be cattle and sheep sacrificed a giant reptile in the lake. They called it Lukvata. About this creature, I will place an order later. A unique video to introduce to you. According to the Lukvata sightings I found, discover there is still a big gap between him and Dinganek. He's more like a giant snake, or big catfish creatures, so I don't think they are the same species. If you really want to combine it with other unknown creatures, if linked together, I think he is related to 1988. In Lafa County, Liberia, Wahong District Forest, swamp. The part of coon that appears is closer. The creature is described as 15 to 20 feet long. The back has a thick armor-like column. Distinctive brown and black pattern. There's even a row of jagged spikes. It runs from the back to the tail. Teeth are huge. These characteristics are closer to Dink. But unfortunately, witness Semir Camo killed him with a shotgun and shared it with the villagers. Plus the age. So no crucial evidence was left. So, is it possible? Is this a separate species? British historian and geologist George William Stowe during their travels, collected many little-known ancient murals. And here's a nondescript rock painting, just from a cave in the Brockfontein Ridge in South Africa. We can see at the bottom left of the painting, depicts a walrus-like creature, covered with spots. Unlike walruses, it has a long tail. He was much bigger than the average road. The true age of this rock painting cannot be traced back. Maybe centuries ago, maybe longer. And some of the other creatures you see here, snakes, porcupine, antelope, we can all find the corresponding corpse in modern times. Only this walrus-like beast are not similar to all species that have been defined. And the walrus we know, they're all in the Arctic. It's very different from South Africa. So I don't think it's a walrus. To sum up, the author believes that the possibility of existence is still relatively high. Despite recalling the sightings, only one was recorded. But for example, the descriptions of Omana and Kumbwi, all from some tribal elder hunter. And they all said the same thing. This creature was common in the past. But now, it's very rare. I think it's very likely in evolution. Successful, saber-toothed reptiles, under the excellent ecological environment of the African tropical rainforest, struggling to survive. Anyway, since 1907, there have been no further sightings of this creature. Maybe Jordan shot it. Maybe the last one. Here the author appeals to everyone. Wild animals are natural, key components of the ecosystem. Protect wildlife resources. It is related to the survival and development of human beings. Start with you and me. No food, no business. Do not hunt and jointly protect ecological civilization. Maintain the harmonious relationship between man and nature. The last sentence. The unknown is always greater than the known. This video is here. Thanks for watching.